More on those phone numbers in part 3. You'll notice that you'll always see an inbound call. That's because they're playing those messages which you would hear in part 1. It's all part of a UK inbound campaign. When the potential victim calls, the scammer will see instant information about them. There'll typically be 8 to maybe 30 calls queued at one time. The scammer will be able to see basic information like forename, surname, address and postcode, but occasionally the scammer will have a look at other agent statuses. Here you can see about 12 or 13 active people. The ones in red are already handling calls and in blue are ready to accept calls. So we already know that there's at least 12 people engaged in this fraud. So at the end of every call, our scammer takes a note of the names of the victims that he needs to phone back, whether it's one day later or a few minutes later. So once he's dropped my call, he's ready for some new calls. And here at the bottom you can clearly see him connected to Windscribe, a VPN, so he's just simulating a UK IP address. So over the next number of days I listen to and observe their scams in action. They use the same lines over and over again. There's no way that this is a sideline for these guys.
Thanks for calling in our technical department of BT. How may I help you?
You'll not be able to hear the voice of the victim here. I'm only and can only record the scammer's
But
microphone.
actually, you got a voicemail. In that voicemail, it was mentioned that the internet of yours can be disconnected within upcoming 24 hours. Then you have pressed the number 1. Now the call has been transferred to us.
But one of the more horrific calls that I witnessed was an inbound call from an 87-year-old man who didn't understand what the call was about.
You don't know how to switch on the computer. Actually, lots of customers of your area in there is a fiber cut happen, okay? So we are connecting all of the customers with the new machine, okay? With new machine. And we have to connect you to the new machine as well, okay? As we don't want to disconnect your internet or telephone line, that is why to continue the internet line and the phone line, you must need to like activate the direct debit facility, okay? Without that we won't be able to configure your router, okay? So could you tell me how do you pay the bill of your telephone line? They just take it by a via direct debit, right? Man. Yes, yeah, yeah, I do understand, and that's why, sir, for from the upcoming month, you will get the bill, okay? And the amount will directly get deduct. You will get the bill, like you will get the post, okay, in a letter. You will get everything in a letter because lots of customers they don't know how much they are paying. That's why we are allowed to send the letter, okay, the bill. So first of all, to activate that facility, you must need to activate for the online banking, okay? So that will directly get deduct from your bank and you will get the letter as well, okay? For as a information, okay? So could you just tell me from the which bank these money they are taking the money out from your bank, from which bank?
At this point, the victim must have revealed some bank information, so the scammers were onto a good thing.
Lloyds, okay. So we have to activate for the online banking, okay. So can you just like, do they have provide you the Lloyds or card, the plastic card you got from the bank?
The victim must have claimed that he did have that card handy.
Okay, just be handy with that. All, all right, all right. That's lovely, sir. So could you just first of all tell me the name, your name, in a full word, like what is your name is appearing on the card, the name which is appearing on the card, just tell me that. Okay, how do you spell that? How do you spell that, Jonathan? How do you spell that?
Over the next 5 minutes, two different
All right.
scammers got as many personal details out of this poor man as possible.
Do you have any like driving license with you? Alright, by the way, like, are you the main user for this internet connection? Okay, and could you please tell me, this one is a personal account or is a business account, sir?
And without telling him what they were doing, they registered for
It's
online
personal
banking
account,
using
alright.
all of his personal details. To prevent this sort of fraud, banks typically send an automated PIN number to the home phone line of the person setting up the account. However, these scammers knew how to get
All right.
around it.
Now you do one thing, sir. Handy with pen and a paper because we are securing all your information. So I will give you some security number. You need to make a note of it. Okay? Yeah, once I will give you that number, what you have to do, sir, you need to hang up your phone. And when you hang up your phone, suddenly your landline will going to ring again, okay? Suddenly, your landline will ring. You need to receive that call. It would be an IVR call, auto recorded call, okay? And in that call, they will ask you to put that code. When they will ask you to put that four digit code number, you need to put that code on your landline by using your keypad, okay?
They had quite obviously had to overcome this obstacle before.
After getting that number, do you understand what you have to do? Yeah, once you will make a note of that four-digit number, you need to hang up the call, alright? And when you hang up, suddenly your landline will ring. You need to receive that call and you need to listen that call very carefully, okay? And when they will ask you, yeah, when they will ask you to put that code by using your keypad, you need to type that four-digit code. And after that, when the code will be accepted, you need to hang up the call. I will ring you back again, okay?
And in what looked like a very well rehearsed routine, they clicked on confirm to
Okay.
generate a
The
code
number
which they
is
read back to the victim.
5. Write it down. S- yeah. Now hang up the call and receive the call when your landline will ring. Hang up the call and put the code.
And after a couple of minutes, to let Jonathan key in the digits that the bank were
Did you
to
put the
send him,
code?
they then tried out their newly acquired internet bank account.
All right. Just hold on. No, no. Just hold on. Hold on. Be on the line. Yeah. Be on the line. Okay. Hold on.
Once they were in the account, they were very quick to try to set up a new recipient.
बाप रे बाप देख रहे हो पेई ऐड में भी इतना Are you setting up this payment to get some money back that you didn't know about it? हाँ तेरा अब जाके ऐड होगा हुआ नहीं है होगा अब जाके अकाउंट ही तो नहीं है बुड्ढा चला गया उसको कॉल जाएगा
Thankfully for this victim, it isn't that easy to set up a new recipient. Lloyds require the customer to have something physical like a card reader before a new recipient can be added. I heard the scammers asking the victim how long it would be before he could go to the bank, obviously to get one of these card readers and give them the number that they need to set up that new recipient. I contacted both Lloyds Bank and this poor victim to let them know exactly what happened. They took swift action and the online account is suspended. This 87-year-old man has had a lucky escape this time, but these guys do this day in and day out. In the final part of this video, I'll be revealing exactly who these scammers are, but I do need a bit of time to gather up a little bit more evidence and work with the appropriate authorities to help bring these guys down. As always, I have to thank the people who sponsor me through Patreon. Their names are on the screen. If you can support me this way, there's a link in the description below. You can also catch me on Twitter at JimBrowning11. So until next time, thank you again.